Hey everybody, it is Elsa 932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Just say hello, hello. Just say hi in the chat. Let me know you are here. Let me know you are involved. We are here for another episode of Unsolicited Advice. This is where I go online, or sometimes you send me items where folks are asking the general internet for advice, yet I bring it here for us to give our direct unsolicited advice. It's not solicited from us directly, but it is to the entire internet. Hey Letitia, glad to have you here. Glad to see you here. So we do this. I do this on Sundays and Wednesdays and Fridays. We have unscripted, where I don't even have a topic. You have the topic, and then I come on and we just go down the yellow brick road together. Okay, so after this episode, I will load the unscripted post, and under that post, you will give suggestion of topics, and that's where we start, and then we end up anywhere. We have ended up digging in the crates for music, and we have ended up with online dating all the way to graduations and who's dating, how to navigate the dating apps. We have ended up every and anywhere. Hey Munira, how are you? Glad to have you here today. Now, it is a holiday weekend here stateside, if you are stateside. So I just added one more. So I have the time. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Okay. I'm one of the fortunate few that don't have to go to work on Monday. So I said, let me just chillax here. And for those of you who are listening in the bushes, just make sure you hit that like, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure that you have a good time here. Because while we give some serious advice, we do like to be lighthearted here. We do like to be lighthearted. Letitia said she doesn't have to go to work too, so she's here with us. So, we're not a gotcha moment. We are lighthearted. We will have a little kiki about it, but we will give you some really good advice. And the last thing, we get from real mild to spicy. So the last one is always the spiciest, okay? So please stick around. So let's get to the very first one. Okay, let me pull up my screenshot. Okay. It says my boyfriend, a 31-year-old male, is going away for all of Memorial Day weekend to spend time with his friend, a 31-year-old female, in a cabin alone. Y'all, this is Memorial weekend. That's why I brought this. It says my boyfriend, 31, is spending Memorial Day weekend alone in a cabin with a female friend of the same age, which is triggering me due to past experiences with inappropriate boundaries in my last relationship. He says he doesn't want to go and suspects she may have romantic feelings, but he's still going out of guilt or some vague obligation to her. I am a 29-year-old female. I feel excluded, disrespected, confused. I want to support him, but also need to feel prioritized and emotionally safe. So this one has an update why I waited to bring this to you. So she's like, I offered potential solutions. I offered compromises. I was clear in what was bothering me. I told him he could decide for himself what he wants to do. Okay. He acknowledges and agreed that everything I said was true. Then he went because he went out of the habit. He wanted to go out of the habit of being flaky in the past. He said, I made a commitment, so he has to go. She texted him that she'll always love him as a friend and, told him from the very beginning that's how it was. Now I'm not even sure I can. Love is a choice. Opposite of love is indifference. And he's all but told me he's indifferent to me, both as a partner and as a friend. And she says, yes, she ended it. She cannot think about him or a situation without getting angry. So she looks forward to the advice. I see we have folks come in. Hey, Moon Dust Angel, glad to have you here. Yes, I did hear about that, Moon Dust Angel. Madam Colleen from Love is Blind are getting divorced. I don't think anyone's surprised. We are surprised that it took this long. But you could put that in when I make the post for Unscripted, and we could talk about that on Friday. Nope, sounds bad already. The teacher's like, nope. Mm-mm. If he feels guilty, like he has to do this because he feels guilty, that is a him problem. He needs to work very hard on setting boundaries and sticking to them. Yes, the optics of it. The optics of it. You have a girlfriend, yet your best female friend invited you to the cabin for Memorial Day weekend. Why can't your girlfriend go too? Now, the whole weekend, y'all, for us, many of us is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So maybe he left on Friday, but his girlfriend could have gone. So it sounds like it's a cabin where they can drive to. So why is the girlfriend unwelcome unless y'all are going to engage possibly in activities that you don't want your girlfriend to be party of or aware of? It just don't sit right with me. If it was a group of friends, fine, but then your girlfriend could go. And you don't want to be flaky, that's your excuse. You don't want to be flaky to this friend who paid for the entire weekend. So why did she pay for it? Then, say, hey, sorry, I can't go. Here's, a contribution towards what you paid for the cabin, but I'm not going to stay there with you without my girlfriend. That would be an option. But young lady, I think you are correct. You set up a boundary. He did not respect it. You are uncomfortable with him going to, away at a cabin all weekend with his friend, and we don't know the friend or the status of this friendship. You do have a right to feel uncomfortable, and you have a right to be heard. And he also has a right to his own decision. And his decision is to go, and I'm glad you made the decision to leave. Because I certainly will not feel comfortable an entire weekend you're gone with another woman. I don't care if it's a female friend or not, because it seems like this young lady who is a friend, and it could be a legitimate friend, she has not made the relationship with your girlfriend such that the girlfriend is comfortable. It could be the girlfriend comes up at a later time. It could be the girlfriend, can't take, all weekend. She could come up the next day. Why can't that happen? So that is my question. Why did it have to be this weekend? Why did she, make it for just the two of them? Isn't there more in the friend group? And why couldn't the girlfriend go? See, that to me is wild. Why would your female best friend, get a cabin for just the two of y'all for a long weekend? That does not say friendship to me. That does not say friendship at all to me. It at least would have had an invitation to your girlfriend, and then, maybe the girlfriend couldn't come, but then nobody goes. That would be my thought. Y'all, if you have any other unsolicited advice for this young lady, for this couple, let us know. Well, they're not a couple anymore. She said she left. She said she left. He made his choice, and she will let him live with his choice. And I totally agree with her. Best friend likes the guy and tries to sabotage their relationship, is Munira's suggested. I think so. Because I love my male best friends, but there's no way I'm paying for no weekend for us to go hang out. Not no cabin anywhere. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I like y'all. Y'all are my bestest friends. We grew up together, but I'm not. I'm not. I would pay for a cabin to go with my boyfriend, my husband, not friends. So that's why we think it smells a little bit different. So please leave it in the comments below. Please leave it. Let us know what your unsolicited advice is for her and the situation. Let us know if you've been in this situation and what you decided to do. So y'all, let's get into the next one. Oh, wait a minute. Let me pull up my notes for number 2. So it says, I am a 23-year-old male. Am I ruining my girlfriend's graduation weekend by coming a day early? Now, y'all, this is graduation season. People are graduating from high school, graduating from college. That is also why I pulled this one. It says, hello, I'm a 23-year-old male, and my girlfriend is a 22-year-old female. We've been dating for almost 2 years. I need advice. It's her college graduation this weekend. I was supposed to come up and see her on Friday and stay with her the entire weekend to help her unpack. Well, I found a way to go up early, with one of my friends. So I'm going up Thursday. I asked her as well, a few of her, friends that are also graduating if I should come up on Thursday or Friday. All my guy friends said Thursday, but she persists on Friday. This slowly led to a disargument or disagreement, sorry. She was basically saying she wants as much girl time as possible, and if I came up on Thursday, she'd be upset because I'll be taking away time with her friends. The college is in a tiny town and we'll end up at the same bar all the time, and she just wants her time with her girlfriends. So this wasn't enough because she said she'd feel obligated to entertain me and started giving me an ultimatum that if I came up on Thursday, I have to sleep at my friend's house for the 3 days on their couch instead of staying with her. Saying I'll ruin her weekend instead of, one girl's night, she'd want now 3 nights. She started to make me feel bad by saying that this weekend is all about you. Do what you want, your graduation weekend. I just wanted one last opportunity to see my guy friends and, see my girlfriend. So would you guys honor her wishes and not come until Friday so I don't ruin her girl time? Or just show up on Thursday and see my friends and, just avoid invading her space? My male best friend got invited to a wedding at a fancy castle, really wanted to be his plus one platonically, but it wouldn't work. I understand. I understand. Hey, Heavy, been friends since childhood. Y'all putting 10 on 2. Trey Max said she cheating. On this current story, he says she cheating. Can she not have time with her friends at another time? This reeks of suspiciousness to me. I just want to know what she's up to behind his back. Yeah, because it's one day, one night. It's like, the fact that she said, if you come one night early, you got to spend the rest of the time with your friends. That just seemed flippant. You could say that first night, I just want to, have time with my roommate. It's our last night rooming, just hang out at your friends' dorms. Don't come to this bar. This is where we're going to. Or if you see me at the bar, act like you don't know me. Because if I'm hanging with my roomies, we may just stay in. This is our last time in the dorm. So I don't understand what is going on with her other than, as Trey Max said, she's cheating. She's out there. She is out there. Why is one night any different from the other 3? He can be inconspicuous unless, y'all, bear with me. What if he's a stage 5 clinger? Okay, y'all. What if he is the stage 5 clinger, like you cannot go out and he be on the other side of the bar or restaurant and just stay over there? What if he's the type that has to be right next to you, constantly holding your hand, telling the room, you are his and kind of, marking his territory? What if she just don't want to be all clingy just for one extra night? Because she knows once he shows up, it's all she has to be focused on him. What if that's what she's wigged out about? I gotta look at the other side that we don't always hear from. He's deciding, hey, I'm getting a ride. I could get there a day early. At least he is telling you he's getting there a day early. Because the average person will be like, ta-da! I'm here. How you doing? What we doing? Happy Sunday to you too, to go to Africa. Glad to have you here. We're talking about he wants to show up a day early to help his girlfriend, pack up for after graduation from college. And she's freaked out. He's coming a day early when she wants to spend that extra day with her girlfriends. Now, hey, I have no problem. My thing is you come in an extra day. We get the work done early. I pack up early and I can hang out early. We get the work done. We don't have to procrastinate. But as Trey Max says, she's cheating. He says she is cheating if this is how she's behaving with you coming just one day early. He's getting a ride. He's trying to do it. He's trying to get there early to help you, girl. Me and my other half holding hands and so on, but we allow each other plenty of space or me time. I find stage five clingers unhealthy. They are, Moondust Angel. They are very unhealthy. You can't be a clinger. He's literally out of town on a long distance relationship. Clingers don't do well with long distance. And I get that, Trey Mac, and I hear you and I understand you. And it could be because we are long distance and I cannot see you every day. That when I do see you, that I've got to cling to you like a barnacle under a ship. That's just dramatic effect. I'm sorry. that that was just for dramatic effect. I'm sorry, but I hear you. I agree with you, Trey Mac. But he realizing I don't need to be a long distance clinger anymore because the quicker I get you packed up and back to my side of town, the quicker we could be together, and I could be your weighted blanket. But young man, here's the thing: the young lady has asked you to come on Friday. You can still show up in town on Thursday and be at your friends, okay? You could be at your friends and then show up on Friday as she would expect. Or you just show up Friday morning bright and early with breakfast. Because if she cheating like Trey Mack saying that the person might be staying over or she might be doing a walk of shame and you would be there to kind of see it. But still stay out of her way on Thursday, let her have her girls' night, and you just out of the way. But you doing a reconnaissance mission. But let's say it's just innocent, it's all girls' night. The fact that she's flipping out is what's telling us it ain't just girls' night. Stop the drama. Why stop the drama? We love a little bit of drama. It's not too much drama. Let's stop the drama. Oh, you won't like the last story then because it's drama. But it kind of reeks. It kind of reeks. The fact that you are going there to help her and she's telling you don't come except this day, or else you have to stay with your friends the entire time. There's something going on she doesn't want you to necessarily know, see, witness, or be party to. And that will be, scary for me. Yes, some people on their last night on campus, will teepee, the trees or whatever, do something a little scandalous. I don't know. Maybe she's streaking through the quad and don't want you to know. I don't know. But the fact she's saying don't come would have my antennas tingling. Yes, Munda Sandra, we're making it entertaining. Trey Mack, he's still laughing, even though he says stop the drama. He's still laughing, but we get it. We understand. We understand. It is a holiday weekend. That's why I'm a little more lively than usual. I'll have to go to work tomorrow. So y'all, please give your unsolicited advice to this young man. I say, young man, you make your decision. Your girlfriend doesn't want you there Friday. It doesn't mean you can't go to your friend's house, stay on their couch on Thursday because you're getting that ride. You don't have to drive. And show up on Friday with breakfast. It certainly will let you know everything that you need to know. Now, if she told you a particular time on Friday, that's what I would do. But y'all tell them what you would do in the comments below. And let's get to the next one. Number 3, I believe it is. Ooh, child. It says, my friend, a 20-year-old male, says that I, a 20-year-old female, am going too fast with the guy I'm seeing, who is a 23-year-old male. I, a 20-year-old female, recently started dating this new guy, 23-year-old man. We met about a month ago. We've gone on about 6 or so dates, a few actually going out and doing activities, but most have mainly been making dinner together, watching movie at home, or going on picnics. We actually share a mutual friend who's not only my close friend, but I also live with. So it's a roommate, okay? So she, 20-year-old female, has a 20-year-old male roommate who is a mutual friend of the guy she's dating. My friend has recently started complaining that I'm moving too fast, we're being intimate too frequently, and I'm seeing this guy too often. The thing is, I don't really feel that way. We've only slept together twice. We've established that we don't want to put a label on anything yet, although we did decide to be exclusive purely because we both don't have an interest in seeing other people. I do see where my friend is coming from in a way, since I've already met this guy's friends and most recently his parents. I spoke to the other friends and my mom, and they both agree that everyone has their own pace. They think what they're doing is fine. I told my friend, and he said, yeah, and look how well your mom's relationships have turned out, referencing the fact that she has been in bad relationships and is currently single. I do value his opinion, but my friend has never been in a relationship before and has previously stated that he thought about saying, I love you 6 months into a relationship is too early. So I'd like to hear from some other perspectives. Have any of you had an experience like this? Do you think there's any merit to what my friend is saying? Okay, I see. Hey, Felicia H., how are you? I'm coming Thursday and riding around low. What you do? We said that. We said that, Trey Mac. Everybody saying hello to Felicia. That for me is moving too fast altogether. 1 month, we've already been intimate twice. It's too soon for me. You need to get to know each other a lot longer before you meet the parents. Now, okay, everybody has their own pace. I agree with Mom. Hear me out, y'all. They've had what, 6 dates, okay? Or is it 6 weeks? Let me pull it up again. Let me get it. They met around a month ago and they've gone around 6 dates or so. And she has met his friends and his family. He's not hiding her. He's making, they're exclusive. They're not putting a label on it, but he is exclusive. He is certainly exclusive. So, the young man is doing some of the right things we like. It may be at a fast pace for us, but we know some of us have people in our family that got married after 2 weeks together and together forever. Some people meet and a month later they're married, our grandparents or whatever, and they're married forever. What are the exclusive? I don't understand. Moondust Angel, the exclusive means that they're not dating anyone else or being intimate with anyone else. They're exclusive to each other. It would be boyfriend, girlfriend, but they don't want to put a label on it, but they are intentionally not seeing anyone else and only seeing each other, which I think is a good thing. Whether you put a label on it or not, the fact that I know you're not dating someone else, you're not sleeping with anybody else, is certainly a good thing. I need more information about both of them before I can develop an opinion. Okay, to go to Africa. Wait, what? She's being confused. They really don't know what they are, or is she overanalyzing the situation? Now, that is a question. Are they truly exclusive, or are they exclusive in her mind? We always have some times where the ladies think the relationship is further along than they think. Just because he's over there all the time at your place for a month doesn't mean you're exclusive at all. But you've met his friends. He's not hiding you. You met his family. But, friends and family can hide the fact that he got somebody else because that's his friend and that's his family. Okay? So we have to look at it. Is it that she thinks they're exclusive? Would you, I would like, more gentlemen, and certainly Trey Mack, you can answer this. Do you invite just anyone that you're dating after a month to meet your friends and meet your family? Now, your friends, maybe, because some gentlemen want you to meet the friends so they know whether one of the friends been with you or not. Hey, let's just put it out there. They're like, hey, did any of y'all know her? Any of y'all dated her in the past? That could be a reason to see the friends. Now, the family is a little different. Now, what family are we talking about? Let's get deeper. We meet the cousins and them? Or we talking about mama, auntie? We talking the matriarch of the family, grandma? And how did we meet the family? Is it that we just ran across them in the mall? Or did we intentionally go to the cookout as a guest? See, there's a lot of levels to this young lady. So it depends on how you met the family. It depends on how you met the friends. Were these intentional meetings? But you also said you and your roomie are mutual friends of his. Now, let me get to the next layer of this. Okay, y'all hear me out. This roomie telling you you're going too fast. Is it that he wants you to slow down just for him? Is the roomie upset that his friend made a move on you when he waiting to make a move? Because it sounded a teeny bit like salt from the roomie. You're going too fast. Shouldn't be with him. Y'all doing it too much. You said y'all only did it twice. So the roomie think twice is too much. I got to side eye the roomie. Is he listening at the door with a cup? How he know? Usually a roomie, hey roomie, I need, I'm gonna be a little loud with my bow tonight. You may want to be scarce. Then they would leave and go someplace else. But this roomie is in the mix a little too much. Even my male friends wouldn't be in the mix that much. That roomie is sounding like he, would like to be a boyfriend instead. No, I personally don't. If you're meeting my peoples, it's serious. Trey said it's serious if you meet the peoples. Doesn't matter how you meet the peoples, Trey, because if we meet and run across each other at the store, is that truly meeting your people? Because that's unintentional. See, I have a thing with my people. If I don't approach you with someone, you stay far. It ain't the time to meet them. So if you see me and I just, put my chin up, that means I acknowledge you. This ain't the time for you to roll over here acting like you know me. See, that's the thing cousins and family know. They know. Now, if it's time to meet, I'll be like, hey, I will initiate. And that may be the dark past of the family. We don't approach. You approach us if you want us to know something. The roomie needs to mind his business. Yes, Felicia H. There are many layers to this thing. Not only her with the boyfriend, but this roommate needs to mind his business. The roommate is in the business a little too much for me. He's in the business too much. He's complaining that you're moving too fast, about how frequently you intimate with this dude, and had the nerve to talk about your mama. Yeah, look at how well your mama's relationships have turned out when he himself have not been in a relationship before. That roomie is biding time to get to you. He got a lot to say, and you got a lot to say about my mama. And you bringing up my mama's past, or we got to talk about this lease when it comes up. Everyone is different. I introduce everyone to my friends and family. I always told them if it was someone that I had a serious interest in, or if it wasn't. Okay, to go to Africa, that's certainly good. That's certainly good. Does the roommate have feelings for her that he didn't address, as he's now feeling like he should have? Maybe. I think so. He just sitting there biding his time. He don't like this. He don't like how fast this guy is moving. And it could be because this guy is moving fast intentionally. Again, they're exclusive, and he's a mutual friend. So he has insider knowledge on both of them. And he could truly put a wedge in this relationship if he wanted to. So I would watch this roommate real hard and watch his advice. He thinks 6 months in and saying I love you is too quickly. That's on him. That's his relationships, which he's never had. So how would he know? But him saying, how well has that worked for your mama? Girl, his feelings are hurt. His feelings are hurt. Or does the roommate know how he really moved and trying to curb her expectations without breaking bro code? Okay, Trey, let's go down this road. So maybe the roommate knows that this man plays ladies this way. Meet your friends, meet the family, say we're exclusive when we're not. And he's trying to tell her, girl, slow down, because in 6 months he gonna dump you. Maybe the roommate knows this is his MO. This is his practice with ladies and other women. So then, Trey, you got to decide. Is it bro code or is it roommate code? Who do you have a greater loyalty to? Are you going to say anything at all? But the fact that you saying how well it worked for my mama says it's a little more on the hurt feeling side. Yes, you can say, hey, slow down, make sure everything that look like roses or smell like roses ain't always a rose. You could say something like that, totally a roommate, and why fix her up? Then he needs to talk to him, okay? If the roomie don't want to break bro code and want to protect her, he needs to go talk to that young man. Bro, this is my roommate. I know we got bro code, but if you mess with her, you're going to have a problem with me. That's all. That's it. That's all. Either he going to disappear on his own. I'm not saying the roommate going to make him disappear. Either he going to disappear on his own, or he going to straighten up, or he just going to break up. It's only been a month. It's only been a month. Okay? So it's only the issue of you talking on my mama and how great her relationships have not been. I think the roommate has some real hurt feelings. That's where I think it because if it was really bro code, then you would stick to it on your bro. But talking, my loyalty usually goes to who I've known first or longer. True. For me, it's that and who has been through the fires with me. Because there's some people you may not have known as long as the other person, but we've been through some fires. And I know that you hold the line. Okay? I'll totally say that. But only because the roomie spoke about my mama. Am I thinking it's hurt feelings? Because he wouldn't have said, what about how well it worked for your mama? No, because then you're showing me, the cracks in your armor. But if it's really that, he should have gone and talked to the dude. Talk to your bro. Say, hey, we friends and all. Don't get it twisted. This is my roommate. Don't mess my lease up. Don't mess my lease up. And that could be it. Don't mess my lease up by scooping her away to your place, and now I got to find a whole new roommate. Or the roommate biding his time to be in a relationship too. I don't know. Y'all, what do you think? We're like two different lines here. This is multi-layered. Her relationship with the roommate, her relationship with her new beau, and then the roommate, is a mutual friend to the guy she's seeing. Is she thinking they're closer than they really are? Is he playing her because meeting friends and family really don't mean nothing to him? There's no label on this, but we are exclusive. Was that made up in her mind? Are they really exclusive? This one has multi-layers. So, young lady, I say take your time, do what feels right to you, but be aware. Be aware. If it goes away tomorrow, how will you handle it? If this guy's playing you, how will you handle it? If your roommate is playing you, how will you handle it? But the one thing you could do is keep your eyes and your ears open and pay attention to what people are saying and doing around you. See who's really got your back. Yes, this dude is a mutual friend. See how those dudes are even speaking and, behaving around each other. But y'all, what's your unsolicited advice for this young lady? This is, a juggling match for her. She's got to juggle all of this. And I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. But certainly I would look for updates if there are for this one. Certainly, because I want to know what the lease is up. So y'all, let's go to the next one. Ooh, I believe this is it. Yep, number 4. Let me pull it up. So it says, breaking up, 27-year-old female, breaking up because boyfriend, 30-year-old male, is not ready after 6.5 years. My boyfriend, a 30-year-old male, and I, 27-year-old female, have been together for 6.5 years and living together for 2. I've recently been asking the ring question to the point that he actually bought one. Well, he has held on to it for some time now, about 5 months. And all of a sudden, he tells me he's not ready for marriage. I understand the pressure might have gotten to him, but, he got cold feet. When I ask him why he isn't ready, he simply says, I don't know. I'm gutted because I thought he was my person, but breaking up might be the only option. We are breaking up. He is telling me he doesn't want to be tied down. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Trey said he's not one to move by the mama comment. I understand. I need to check that. Why was he with you if he knew he wasn't ready? And it seems like a waste of time to me that you could have been with someone who knew what they wanted. I don't like people who waste time like this. I truly agree with you, Moondust Angel. I totally agree with you. Why would you waste her time? Y'all are together for 6.5 years, okay? So let's say he's 30, it's early 20s, okay? She was probably 18, 19, and they've been living together for 2 of those 6.5 years. But you pushed him to buy a ring, and he's been holding on to it for about 5 months, and all of a sudden, he's not ready for marriage. Now, sis, let me ask you this, okay? Sis, were you did you know he bought the ring when he bought it? Have you been pressuring him and keep on being annoying, asking questions about when you gonna ask, when you gonna ask, when you gonna ask? Because that would tell me I don't want to anyway. Okay? That would tell me that. If he's not ready after 6.5 years, it's unlikely that he'll ever be ready for her. That is true. And she's still shacking up with him and no marriage? Hey, Samantha. Hey, you're never too late to the party. This is just number 4. Okay, this is just number 4. We had the one right before was just a little bit layered, and we spent a little more time. But we are here, Samantha. 6.5 years together, 2 years married. She'd been asking the ring question till he bought the ring, and he'd been holding it onto it for 5 months and ain't asking. Well, let's put it this way. Hey, at least he told you he don't know. At least he told you, I don't know. At least he didn't go through a whole proposal, everything for you to end up married, and then he don't want to do this anymore. Okay? She has blinders on. There are probably a lot of red flags for both of them. Yes, because that was a very short, very sweet explanation. But I don't see anyone putting out the money for a ring and they're not ready. Unless, young lady, unless you were pushing to find out when he gonna buy that ring, and just to hush you up, he just bought it. And then he held on to it. So you got him to buy the ring. You didn't get the proposal. He bought the ring. See, you have to be careful about what you are asking for. Samantha says, oh yeah, the ultimatum approach generally does not work, sis. It doesn't. It does not work. Y'all, you got to be careful. You wanted a ring. You said you were having the ring conversation. That's what you said. The ring question. So he got the ring. That didn't mean he was going to give it to you. You asked a ring question. Okay. Some people, not just some people like myself, I get asked the question with no ring. And to me, that's fine. But well, even in my 20s, it was fine because I got to choose what I wanted. For me, it's the question, and the ring is a symbol. It's not the be all end all. Okay? Mr. L said it was like, just go find the ring that you like. Reserve what you want at the store and I'll go pay for it. That was it. Reserve what you want at the store, and the very next day he went and paid for it. Hey, he's like, get what you want. I want to make sure you like what you have. And in the course of work and the course of life or whatever, hey, I end up wearing all kinds of other rings and other things. To go to Africa, he's just with her for housing intimacy. Did she buy the ring? We don't know who bought the ring. Hey, Phil Good, glad to see you here. Glad to see you, y'all. Phil is a great personality. Glad to have him here. Please make Phil feel welcomed. And Phil, you could certainly give us another male perspective. Trey is here. Glad to have you. In order to feel the love is really real, I don't want to have to be pushed for it, right? So 6.5 years together, 2 years living together. She pushed him to buy a ring, and he been holding on to the ring for 5 months, and eventually just told her, I ain't ready. I don't know why I'm not ready, but I'm not ready. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. But he knows why he's not ready. Because, sis, you've been pushing. I can hear it right now. Well, when you gonna give me the ring? When you gonna get a proposal? You know, I gotta get my hair, nails, gotta get the photo up together. Da-da-da-da-da. You are peppering him. You are peppering him. Yes, she did leave him. Yes, she said in her update she did. The only thing left to do is break up. And he said he doesn't want to be tied down. Now, you know I'm diabolical, y'all. When was this? Was it within the return policy for that ring at the store? Is it within the return policy? And he kept the receipt with the ring box, okay? There's something about her that he's unsure about. I know one thing from experience. Some people do change while within a marriage, as it should, but is that change a benefit in your life? Trey, she already pushy about a ring. She's going to be pushy about other stuff. If he ain't ready in 6 years, you're not the one. Okay, let's talk timeline. Y'all Phil brought it up. My timeline in my youth, my timeline was 5 years. After 2 years, if you are not bringing up marriage, I need to look both ways before I cross the road. After 2 years, okay, I got to look both ways. It may not even reach 2 years. We may not even make it 2 years. I'll be, sick and tired of you probably after 2-3 months. But if after 5 we ain't married, I definitely need to be gone, because guess what? I have something called a biological clock that waits for no one. It waits for no one. So my time is precious. Even though at the time I wasn't trying to have no kids early, it's precious time. So again, 5 years, it don't take that long, especially if y'all are living together for 2 years. He already knows the ins and outs. He already knows what it is living with you. He already knows what you may be like as the wife, maybe. And he's like, he don't want to be tied down. Did he return the ring? Was it within the return policy? Did he get his money back? Or is he holding on to that ring for someone else? I'd like to know. But here's the thing, young lady, and I need you to be prepared. I need you to be prepared for this, okay? He may find someone and get married to them within 2 years. I need you to be prepared. That happens. That happens. To Go to Africa says, why buy the cow when he can get the milk for free? He's getting access to the milk and the cow. So why? I didn't hear anything about children. It's 6.5 years. I think y'all could just, separate amicably. But, and I say this as the lady who was married to him after 1.5 years after he was with someone for years and did not get married to. The one thing I told my husband is, please make sure all your doors are closed. Because what you don't want is someone rolling up on me on a misunderstanding just because you didn't marry them, being with them forever. And then here you are with me, and we married after 1.5 years. Because what you don't want is Brownsville to come back out. That's all I was saying. That's fine. He wasn't the one for you. Right. He wasn't the one for her. Exactly, Phil. Say it, Excel. Marry someone else in record time. Yes, I have seen it happen. And, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm the lady after that's in record time. So I'm just saying, young lady, be prepared that may happen. But it's okay. Okay? As Phil said, he's not the one for you. You are not the one for him. And you may find someone in record time. But if you keep on moping about him, you might miss your blessing. Don't mope about him. Don't mope about the 6.5 years. See what it has taught you. It's taught you don't push for the ring. It's taught you if he does want you, he will be intentional. He won't have to be told to go get a ring. He won't have to hold on to a ring for 5 months. He won't have to live with you for 2 years before being pushed to buy a ring and hold on to it. So again, take the lessons you've learned from this and move on to the next person. That is my unsolicited advice. Trey Max says, when I was younger, I had a timeline. The older version me has relaxed that notion somewhat, but this is something that should have been discussed at the beginning of the relationship and not now. It could have been discussed, Trey. You know, people make promises. Or sometimes people hear promises that were not given. People are living delulu and they hear, if a man says, ideally he would like to get married by the time he's 30, you think you the one. We have these conversations, and some ladies have this delulu. You may hear he's like, I want to be married by a certain time. There's a plan, but not that the plan needs to be executed. Because remember, the boyfriend is 30. She's 27. So if he did tell her that he wanted to get married by the time he's 30, she's thinking it's time. And I'm the only one here. If he was serious about her and didn't want to lose her, he would have done something to keep her long time ago. He would have solidified that real quick. If you're looking for marriage, state your intentions. Right. She was looking for marriage. Hey, Unfiltered Doll Reaction. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Glad to have you here. 6.5 years together, living together for 2 years. She pushed him to buy a ring. He held on to it for 5 months and said, I don't want to be tied down. And they broke up. Stay broken up, young lady. Understand what happened, where you are in your life. You're 27. This is not the be all end all. This ain't the last relationship you're gonna have, okay? Okay. The young lady stayed too long. She did, she's 27, 6.5 years. She probably thought, hey, I found someone great and we will be great together. Maybe she found someone she could push to get that ring. She was saying, let's get that ring. Let's get that ring. He got the ring. He just never gave it to you. So y'all, please list your unsolicited advice for her. Everyone in the chat has given their advice. We all believe she should continue to move on. We all believe that, hey, learn your lessons. He ain't the one for you. And it's okay. You're 27. You could move it right along to the next one while we move along to the next item. Y'all, let's pull it up. My husband, a 38-year-old man, has not noticed that I, a 28-year-old female, has not even kissed him in 2 days. Y'all hear that? We have been married for 5 years and we have 2 kids together. He has grown to be less affectionate towards me over the last year. He only kisses me if I kiss him. He does not go out of his way to show me affection. If I want intimacy, I have to initiate it. I brought this up more than once over the last year, and he acts like he is all over me all the time, and I'm just crazy. So I started an experiment to see how long he would go without initiating anything. So far, it's been 2 days, and he has not kissed me once. We're in a week of no intimacy since he has not initiated anything so far. At what point do I bring this up? How long do I wait before saying something? I've communicated that in the past many times he's not showing affection, and it hurts me and makes me feel unwanted. I'm not doing this to be malicious. I just wanted to show him he does not put effort in like he claims. Phil said, love does not need a push. Okay. She's a Phil said 2 days isn't long, but it's concerning. Yeah, it isn't long. I like it to assess those 2 days. Because sometimes 2 days you get busy in life and you don't even notice. I'm sorry to say, some of us who act like but are not old married couples, sometimes you're like, dang, we haven't taken a breath or a moment to just stop and have a moment together. And young lady, again, sometimes you do have to initiate this until it becomes a habit. Okay? You said you've been together 5 years. You have 2 kids together. You're 28, he's 38. Different phases in life. Maybe we need to discuss with him what's actually wrong behind the scenes, because he could have something stressing him out, which he has not discussed with you, which is making him distant. Thank you, Moon Dust Angel. You have to have a conversation. You have to have a conversation of wanting to know, hey, honey, what's going on? I notice you're being distant. You have to have a conversation to draw him in, not push him away. You have to make it seem like you are open to even hearing what he has to say, because you could be the stressor, the kids could be the stressor. He needs a way to voice what's stressing him, voice what's concerning him, even if it's something you don't want to hear, like maybe he's tired of intimacy because all we keep doing it is the same way all the time. Have to be open to it and open to doing something about it, even if it's bringing in a professional. Phil said the concern is not initiating intimacy. True. And as we said, he could be stressed. She said they have had conversations previously. So maybe it's time to bring in a professional. Get professional advice. It's 5 years, 2 kids. It's still, to me, kind of early in a marriage. So I'm thinking he's stressed with something externally. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe it is work. Maybe it is, the current financial climate. We don't know if she's also working or if he's the sole breadwinner in the household. There are so many things that I have to say, ladies, that gentlemen are stressed about. Stressed about. That it comes out in different ways. And it could be the lack of initiating intimacy. It could be he not, let's go down the dark road. Could be he initiating intimacy with you because he initiating it with somebody else. That is another possibility. But we don't know this man. We don't know you. But that is certainly a possibility. See how he reacts when you say, let's get professional help, honey. Let's talk to someone about this because it's concerning. But you still have to bring it up in a way that is being open. You have to bring it up in a way of being, let's work on this. And then you could tell whether he does want to work on it. Now, if he's dismissive about it, you could still go get your own help. You could go get your own help and talk to someone, hey, how do I navigate this? And while you're doing that, it certainly helps him or help you to guide him towards the help as well. So again, you need to be open about it. It needs to be not what's wrong with you. You ain't kissed me in 2 days. Da, 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 da. No, it needs to be a little more open because we're also gathering information. Also keeping our eyes and ears open and gathering information. We don't know what's going on. So we're going to garner a guess at what's going on. So we've had previous conversations. How did it go? Are we getting professional help? Do we need professional help? Okay. Trey Max said the man is tired. He's getting old and feeling it. He's probably not even thinking about intimacy. Have the combo first. Don't sabotage your relationship. That's right, Trey Mac. Hey, Shay B. Glad to have you here. We're talking about a 38-year-old man with his 28-year-old wife. He hasn't kissed her or initiated intimacy. Hasn't kissed her in 2 days, hasn't initiated intimacy in a week, and she's feeling neglected. We're telling her, hey, they've had conversations about it, and it hasn't worked. He's being defensive, saying, no, I have. And she's saying, no, he hasn't. So she caught him. I wonder, are you writing this down? Are you journaling like each day? Are you journaling every time you do initiate? Because that would annoy the heck out of me if I was him. That would annoy the heck out of me that you keeping score. I don't know why, but it just would. It'd be like, why are you checking score? Why are you keeping score? But as Trey Max said, he probably just tired. He's 38. He got a 28-year-old wife. He is tired. He got to come home. They're 5 years married with 2 kids. They got 2 kids at home, and he got to come home. To wait till daddy come home and handle that business. And then his wife says, hey, give me the business. Trey said the man is tired. Well, you know what? He was 35, he was 30 something when they got together. Okay. He was younger then. He got to see the longevity of having a wife that's 10 years younger than him. Now here she is. He hasn't even put forth the effort to give her a kiss. In those instances, you could say, honey, don't, before he walks out the door, honey, you forgot something. And he'd be like, what? It's like, oh, the kiss. I'm bringing back. Come on now. You got to use some of the feminine wiles, young lady. And maybe, he's just too tired for it to work on him. Maybe he's just too tired, but we don't know. So, what is your unsolicited advice for this young lady? We think there's something going on. There's nothing to end a relationship about. There's nothing, the relationship is having a little cracks, a little bump in the road. Maybe it's time to get some professional help. Okay. But you can get through this. It's only 5 years, 2 kids. Y'all can certainly try to work through this with professional help and keep on going. If he feels that tired at 38, they may have some serious issues that need immediate attention. Right. It could be a medical issue while he's overly tired. You know, and I always say, there's more ways to the promised land, young lady, than one way. So if he's tired and he can't get you to the promised land, you can certainly find your own route. Okay. That is the best way I can say it for you two. Men are going through it in silence sometimes. Talk to the fella and listen. Thank you, unfiltered doll reaction. Definitely get professional help. Phil said 5 years, 2 kids, too much, too fast. It could be. Are we dealing with probably postpartum? Because 5 years, 2 kids is not quickly your body, ladies who have had kids and have experience with women who have kids. It's not, body don't always come back together and the hormones pull back together after, the first kid, even within the first, few years. Monique told us to find an old woman, someone to rub your feet. Well, this girl wants to be rubbed, Trey, okay? Phil is telling you, get that rose, girl. Get that rose. That is maybe your route to the promised land while he, has some time to get over his stress. Yes, you should definitely revisit the conversation with him. Do so with kindness so he feels he has a safe place to land. Shay B says she probably nagging too much. She probably is. She probably is, but we know what it is when it's hormone kicking and we hot. I'm not talking perimenopause here. I'm not talking menopause here. When we hot and we have a husband here, and it's like, dude, we used to be so hot and heavy. What happened? What happened? Where have we gone wrong? Come back to the man you used to be. Hey, we don't know what's going on. And ladies, I gotta say this, like I said before, young lady, we don't know. We had a previous unsolicited advice episode where, because the wife had a difficult time, having those children, the husband pulled away because he felt, guilt. And in some instances, it was his fault that his wife was in that position. So again, there are layers to this that we don't know that you may want to think about, that he may be thinking about, that he may not bring up to you. Now, if the man say, babe, I just need a nap, let that man sleep. Yeah, he need a nap, go take a nap. But if he hears that buzzing sound, okay? If he hears that buzzing sound and he ain't willing to take over from the buzzing sound, he need to also leave her alone, let her get to her promised land. Okay, so he could go take his nap and she could go handle her business while everybody else taking a nap, the 2 kids taking a nap, he taking a nap. She could go handle her business and then she take a nap. Okay? What is your unsolicited advice for this young lady? This relationship certainly is, can be mended if both of you wish to do it. Hey, K Sharp, thank you for being here. We have about 2 or 3 more to go if you'd like to come. If you'd like to stick around, we have just a few more to go. We're not that far in. The buzz music is music to my ears nowadays. Are you tired, Trey Mac? Are you tired? Hey, Miss Buckeye 99, glad to have you here. It sounds like you are the one tired, Trey Mac. Okay. Don't be putting out too many confessions in the chat. So let's go to the next one. We have 2 more after this one. So it says, I snooped in her phone and saw that she cheated. It's a 29-year-old male and his 27-year-old girlfriend. I'm at a loss for words. As I'm typing, my girlfriend is right next to me, asleep on the couch. I know I shouldn't have looked through her phone, but my curiosity got the best of me. And now I don't know what to do or how to comfort her. Using a throwaway account because she knows my real account. She and I have dated for 5 years now, and has been ups and downs. Finances have been an especially rough part of our relationship, but we've finally gotten to the point where it's become less of an issue. Regardless, something has felt off for a while now. So I grabbed her phone, unlocked it, went through her messages. She has a friend she's been arguing with for a while now. And in their argument, the friend pointed out how she kept quiet while my girlfriend was flirting with other men and cheating on me. I don't know the extent of the cheating, and I don't even know if the friend is telling the truth, but I don't know how to confront her about it. I should not have snooped through her phone, but now I know something that I cannot overlook. I love her, but I don't think I can come back from this without discussing it with her. How do I confront her about this cheating? How do I confront her? I see you, Trey Mac. The first study is usually not as loud. Are y'all telling the lady from the previous side? Phil Good said curiosity ended the cat. Yes, it did. Oh, at him going through her phone. Now, do we have the same energy for the ladies that go through their dude's phone? Y'all, you did that slap forehead, Felicia. Okay? You did that slap forehead. Do we have the same energy? Is flirting considered cheating to you if nothing comes of it? I'm just wondering. I have to define what flirting is because I have been accused of flirting just having my usual bubbly personality, and my husband would be like, "Honey, he's right here with me at the time," and he's like, "Honey, you were flirting," and I'm like, "I was just being hospitable and having a personality." He's like, the person on the other end could receive it as flirting. So my husband and I don't see talking to someone, but if you give them the impression you're single and you're entertaining, their attention as more than a conversation, then yes, it could be on the way to cheating. Okay. Violation 101. Yes, it is a violation. Ooh, going through the phone is a no-no. Now, here's the thing. He went through the phone. She's sitting right there. She's sleeping on the couch right next to him. And then he's typing this to ask the internet for advice while she's asleep next to him. That is what weirded me out first. It was not the going through the phone, because I don't go through the phone. I'm a firm believer in whatever you're doing out there, it's going to come back to me. I'm going to find out. It's going to come to me. I don't have to go out there looking for it. So yes, going through the phone is a no-no. But I'm like, she's asleep next to you. You then unlock the phone either with her thumb or worse yet, if it's her face. And then you read that, gone through that, and now you're typing on the internet asking for advice. That to me, whew, that's a tricky one. And naturally flirting with people, pets, and kids. I never mean any harm. I know. Sometimes I'm standing there at the grocery store and someone, a dude will walk up and start a conversation, and I have had nothing to say. And it's like telling me their whole life story based on what turkey bacon they buy. It's like, okay. I didn't ask a thing. Nothing at all. I think anybody that needs to go through their partner's phone has the answers already and are looking for nobody and what they're looking for. Nobody normal would go through their partner's phone. True. He doesn't know if she's cheating. Right. We don't know what the cheating is or if it's happened. The friend just say you've been flirting and you've been cheating. Now we need to define it. Samantha, I've been told I can come across as flirty myself before, which isn't something I've ever noticed, but I do try not to do that. Yeah, we just great personalities. Just great personalities. Here's what you do. 1, make a printout of the message. These are the instructions according to Trey Mack. These are the opinions and instructions, Trey Mack, that I am reading. These are not my instructions, okay? So Trey Mack says, here's what you do. Make a printout of the messages. 2, pack your bags. 3, wait until she comes home. She's sleeping right next to him, Trey. Slam the paper evidence on the counter and walk out with your bags. Call her friend. Trey, really? No. What you could do is send yourself the screenshot. Sure, You could take a picture of the screenshot. Yeah, sure. But pack your bags and wait till she comes. Oh, you were telling me stop the drama earlier. Trey Mac, stop the drama. Stop the drama. It's an invasion of privacy. Does she have the same, the same option to go into his? It is an invasion of privacy. It is. And again, it is considered hacking. Now, let me tell y'all this, that we had a long debate on Another Round JS when we were covering Ready to Love, when this gentleman said someone hacked into his phone. If you enter someone's phone without their permission, you have hacked into their phone, and it is an invasion of privacy. So he hacked her phone. Is the supermarket really a place to meet the love of your life in America? No, it ain't. But it is a great place for a date. I will say that. If I've dated with intention, you need to come and run errands with me and go to the grocery store. It is great. You learn so much about a person by what they buy, what they eat, their thoughts on food. And then, it's also the community. So if anybody kind of knows them, they may see them out in the wild. Great one. And as an added caveat, if the gentleman wants to be further a gentleman, he may pay for the grocery order, but it's not necessary. Not at all. Trey is messy. Yes, he is bringing the drama today. Trey is messy. And we thought the ladies will be the one slamming the paper and saying da-da-da-da-da. But here, Trey is saying, grab the paperwork. Trey, I once had a similar scene play out on Sex and the City as it relates to your escape plan. That's probably where you got it from. It's extremely difficult to have a relationship with people with trust issues that are insecure, invade someone's privacy. Some people are so insecure they believe what saying hello is flirty. They do sometimes. They do. Can she press charges on him for hacking? She could if she has had damages. Now, if he takes stuff from her phone and posts it out there like revenge corn, yes, she can. If he has, gone into her phone and done some things that are adversely affecting her, but you'll have to find someone who's willing to be a lawyer for that suit against him. But if she's ever giving him permission before to be in her phone, it could get dicey because then you have to state when you gave permission, how you gave permission, and all that kind of stuff. So yes, she can. If he went in there and took money out of her account without her permission, yes, that is certainly something she could go to small claims court for. But it is considered a form of hacking and can be looked at in your past. So yeah, Trey Mack is bringing the drama today. He is bringing in a whole lot of drama because he's telling me to stop the drama from earlier. I have stopped the drama, and now he decided he's bringing it. Kind of like that roommate we talked about before. He want to be the one dating the girl. Now Trey Mack want to be the one to bring the drama. Don't want me bringing the drama on my own channel. Okay, Trey, I see you. But you said you was tired. Okay, you ain't too tired for the drama. Y'all, please tell him what your unsolicited advice is. We have gotten the instructions according to Trey Mack. I do not aspire to those instructions. I would say, young man, you don't need this text message to do anything other than keep your eyes and ears open. If she's actually cheating on you, there's a lot that's going to pop up. You said it's finances. Maybe she has a second job. You can't have a conversation. Yep, Phil is saying have a conversation. But what he's going to bring up, that he hacked into her phone and now we violated the trust and da-da-da-da-da. Now it no longer becomes a conversation about whether she's cheating or not. It's about you violating her right to privacy. So I would say keep your eyes and ears open, sir. The truth will come to you. The truth will come out. It will come to you. I would even, make sure to have a few relationship photos put on, the gram and elsewhere. Make sure you do some relationship milestone stuff. Because if she's cheating with someone, they will be following her on social media, and they may certainly reach out to you with evidence. I just say bide your time. If you feel strongly about it, you could ask the friend, but the friend may clam up and act like she don't know. The friend may clam up and truly be her friend and be like, well, I'll tell her in a text conversation, but I ain't telling you. But keep your eyes and ears open. You already said that she was acting distant and different. You already said that. So we know you are picking up on something. So just file the message away as, evidence of something that you know what's going on. Because again, your definition of cheating and the friend's definition of cheating may be different. It may cheating may be, entertaining conversations with someone. It may be emotional cheating. I don't know what level of cheating is your, you know, boundary. I don't know what you consider cheating, sir. So certainly keep your eyes and ears open. If you want to talk to the friend, if you think you're going to get honesty from the friend, certainly. But you don't need to act on this message. She's taking a nap right there. She's taking a nap. Just keep your eyes and ears open. Everything will be revealed. So y'all let him know in the comments what your unsolicited advice is for him while we go to the next one. And we have one more after this. Nope, that is the wrong one. Okay, yes. My girlfriend, a 29-year-old female, told me this morning that I'm really bad at turning her on. And that's why she won't have intimacy with me. Please help me. My girlfriend got really wasted last night and told me that I'm not capable of getting her in the mood. She told me her ex that she dated 6 years ago could turn her on whenever he wanted with just massages. She said the next thing she knew, after the massage, they would be going at it. While I didn't really enjoy hearing this, I thought I must not be doing a good job, even though she says my massages are good. Okay? So we usually go 3 to 4 weeks between engaging in intimacy, and I feel like that's not normal. At first, I thought maybe I'm not flirting enough the whole day or giving her enough attention leading up to it, but we flirt and we're flirtful all day. We touch each other and enjoy each other's company all day. At least it seems like that. I just don't get what I'm missing. Also, she normally doesn't drink or anything. So it's not like she would only want to because of that. I also considered maybe she secretly thinks I'm ugly, but she says I'm attractive and she says she loves me. I'd say that I'm at least average. I work out. I'm, pretty shredded in my opinion. Does anyone have any recommendations or advice? He's trying to figure out why, while she is drunk, she would say that. Now, my grandmother once said, a drunk tongue speaks sober thoughts. Mm-mm-mm. 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 Is she really his girlfriend? If so, why is she his? She's wrong for telling him what the other man did. You better tell it, Shay. Why are you telling about the escapades with the previous one? Hey, Lindsay. Glad to have you here, Lindsay. We missed you in the last live. Bro, she don't respect you at all. Shoot, she really don't respect you. Now, what I did leave out is the explanation as to how her ex would massage her that she enjoyed, because apparently she told him exactly how. Shay B said exit stage left. She said, boy, bye. You need to go. You need to leave. You need to leave. This is awful. She was wrong and rude. She was wrong and how? I don't know. How do I fix myself to say that? I may say, honey, we need to work on certain things. We need to, enhance what we got going on. But I'm not going to tell you you don't. And that the previous man did what you can't do. See, this is why Joe made that song. All the things a man won't do. Apparently, this is what your man can't do for you. Well, she's a maniac. Still mounting on the ex for sure. Ooh, unfiltered doll. You better get on and leave her behind. Yes, she may be considering getting back to mounting her ex because that is the person that always got her to the promised land. Maybe he's her sugar daddy. She's too immature to be in a relationship with anyone. I came too late. She clearly holds the power in the relationship. Sometimes this is a turn off for the woman. Maybe. If someone is turning us on the way we want, we have the right to instruct them on how they can actually turn us on so we don't leave our partner in the dark. She is not doing that, and this is bad. Feel Good said, back up and leave. Pack up the massage table, the oils, and all of that, and back up and leave. Mm-mm-mm. She has done you a huge favor by letting that liquid courage tell you how she truly feels or not feels. Y'all, that liquid courage will do you in. That liquid courage would do you in for sure. Yeah, the ex is still hitting it for sure. Well, maybe she considering going back, or yeah, maybe she's reminiscing on it. Maybe she encountered the ex and saying, yeah, it was good with him. Maybe I need to go back with him. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. We're giving Lindsay a good old chuckle, y'all. I hate to sound cavemanish, but he's soft and she knows it. She's running that relationship. That's partially why she's still there. That's what Lindsay said. Lindsay told us that just now. She said she's got the power in the relationship. She's the powerhouse in that relationship. See, even his massages are soft. Okay, even the massages are soft. Tell him what she needs from him, what she needs for him to do, but never include anything about another man. Exactly. Why are we talking about some other man? We're not measuring sticks here. We're not measuring sticks here. But yes, he's soft. The massages are soft. We know it's soft. We know. We know it ain't hitting right. Pun intended. He should say, go turn yourself on and then just leave. True. Well, right. It's not caveman. It's Trey. Jamie is saying it's not caveman. Lindsay said, cut it out, y'all. Cut it out. But yeah, it's like, dude, she clearly does not respect you. She clearly doesn't respect any relationship y'all have together. And she is having that liquid courage and letting you know her sober thoughts. You ain't hitting it right. You ain't getting her to the promised land. You ain't even pointing the way to the promised land. She ain't even want to go there with you. She said you are not turning her on at all. Now that is a blow. Not even your massages. And you probably think that is your go-to activity for, the number 4 and play. You probably think that you are in after that. She telling you, no, sir, that ain't it. That ain't it. I can't say what I really want to say. I don't want your channel flag. Samantha, you see how I'm saying certain things? I appreciate you. We don't want no channel flag at all, but we know exactly what we want to say, and that's why I said that pun. An intimate relationship without intimacy ain't no serious relationship. Yeah, she want those massages. She just want to be rubbed right. Just want that massage to hit right. Samantha said, adjust the spelling. I'm nosy. Yeah, Samantha, you can use different words, different phrases. I'll probably highlight it and not say it. But if you use, a 9 for a G, a 1 for an I or L, we can get the picture. We can get the picture. Some people are asleep at the wheel and need to just be left in the crash alone. He should move on while he will be perfect as someone who actually appreciates the effort instead this selfish bee. Okay. See? Munda Angel said what she got to say, and she gave us just 2 letters, but we know what she's saying. Yo, what's your unsolicited advice for him? And we have one more after this. My advice to him is, young man, she is speaking sober thoughts. If she ain't, hunching the ex, she going to be looking him up pretty soon to have a hunch appointment. It may start off as a massage, but if he ain't a trained masseuse, she's certainly looking for a happy ending, okay? Okay. You are not giving her the full delight that she's looking for. And she said it. It is way better than to end up married and years later and she's with someone, or then you find out you cannot satisfy her needs. So just move on. Move on. Move on. I can't understand why she would be with him if she isn't attracted to him actually. They should have agreed to be besties or friends with benefits. Hey, move on to someone who digs you just as much as you do them. Exactly. Go with someone who really, really wants you. You go where you are celebrated and appreciated. You know, I don't know how long y'all have been together. A while, a few years, but again, y'all have already gone 3 to 4 weeks without. And if she's talking about that right now, you may be 3 to 4 weeks without with her. But is she gone 3 to 4 weeks without? Period. But yeah, pack up the massage table, the oils and everything, and you need to go. LOL, I was thinking along the lines of wrapping something up in a nice box that buzzes and tell her to get on and out of my life. It is it is as nice as I can say it. Yep. Phil Good put it in the chat earlier. He gave us a rose in the chat. Pack your titty oil and be on your way. Lindsay, that's probably what she wants him to have. But he don't have that kind of oil. He got the regular oil that is at the store. Lindsay, that one is certainly funny. Lindsay, you usually are advocate. You usually advocating for the other person. Now you're giving us a good old laugh. Y'all, I'll leave it on that one and let's get to the last one. Because Lindsay certainly had the last say on that one. So leave your comments, your unsolicited advice down below. So let's get to the last one. Let's get to the last bit of heat. So my 31-year-old boyfriend introduced me, a 25-year-old female, to his previous actual partner without telling me. And then she kissed me when he left the room. What is the best way to respond to this? My boyfriend asked me one night if I'll be okay with his next door neighbor coming over to hang out. Of course, I said yes, I'd love to meet his friends. The friend brought over a lot of liquor and snacks. We all got wasted together. She started to go on and on about how beautiful I am and how I should never be insecure. But I'm starting to get a strange vibe from her because she won't stop complimenting me. My boyfriend leaves the room and then she started kissing me. When he gets back, I'm in tears and he doesn't understand why I'm upset. He says I should take it as a compliment that she finds me so attractive that she couldn't help herself. I was furious at the comment because had it been a male friend at the time, it would have been different. He said that I, should not be so insecure. I was less upset about not knowing about their previous relationship, which he apologized for. It's more so his comments about not understanding how uncomfortable I was kissing her. He basically waved it off because it was a woman. How do I make him understand that this is a double standard? Y'all still laughing at Lindsay? So she didn't know that he had relations with the previous neighbor. I told y'all that it gets spicy. She didn't know he had relations with the next door neighbor. Can the neighbor come over? Neighbor brought some liquor and snacks. Now all of a sudden he leaves the room and the neighbor starts kissing her. That's what it sounds like to go to Africa. It sounds like he may have coordinated some extracurricular activities. Y'all remember a previous unsolicited advice? The boyfriend had planned a 3 and a sum. Okay? He had planned a 3 and a sum without the girlfriend's knowledge. That's what it sounded like. Good catch. In a relationship, we want to feel as safe as we can with our partner. Not understanding us feeling violated is not making us feel safe at all. I would want to feel safe in my relationship. Exactly. He's trying to ditty her. Run, girl, run. And exactly in these instances, as I said, this channel is not going to follow the Diddy case. It is not going to follow what's exactly going there because there's a lot of channels doing it and could offer way deeper analysis and information. But here we may address some of the, conversation pieces that the case is bringing up. Okay? So the previous one was about massages and massage oil. This one is about he's bringing someone over to engage. Someone telling me that I should be flattered that by what the girl did is truly not understanding why it makes me feel uncomfortable in the first place. That is correct. It's like, wait a minute, what is going on here? I'm, I'm also thinking this young lady may be a little trusting. Why is she even close enough to even come in for a kiss? That's just my thing. Why isn't she on the other couch? That my thing is proximity. I need to see how the room is laid out. Why is she sitting next to me on the couch, or did she come over? I need to see a play by play. My question is, how would he feel that way if it was a guy kissing me? Because I don't think he would. A lot of men fantasize about the whole three thing, and he should have seen this as he could have seen this as an ego boost. Yes, I think he was trying to arrange for all of them to have an evening together, all three of them. I think he was trying to arrange that. And the neighbor was down for the cause because she already been with him, and we don't know if this is his usual behavior. We don't know if he usually has another young lady who he's dated in the past and the neighbor come over for some fun. We don't know. She doesn't know. All she knows is that, hey, you want a neighbor to come over, and here she is getting kissed by the girl, and she don't like it. He didn't respect her boundaries, or he didn't care to get to know them. Either way, bad look for him putting his wiener's needs first. Red alert, character flaw. Lindsay's advocating on the young lady side, I see. Now, young lady, I hope you ran. Trey said, run, run, run. I hope you ran from this, because he came back and he's kind of like testing your temperature, like, oh, did you like it? Could we go further? What are we doing? You should be flattered. This is just a stepping stone for you to then end up in a relationship with two of them and don't even know how you got there. Stand firm. If this is not what you want, stand firm with it and don't allow them to take you there. If you don't discuss this with your partner, this is a bit like cheating to me. I want to have choices in my relationship and not feel as though I have to do what he would like all the time. Not cool. And I agree with that. So if you want, you can have a conversation. I wouldn't. But if you wish to understand where this is coming from, because the fact that he said, well, you should be flattered and all that, that means he ain't going to listen to anything I have to say. But if he is open, have a conversation, say, whoa, I've never given you this indication that I wish to entertain somebody else with us intimately. I feel like she's trying to make me cheat on you. Yeah, you can have a conversation. I wouldn't. Keep it in his pants, Lindsay said. Keep it in the pants. Did he ask the girl to do that while he was gone, possibly test the waters? That's what he'd be up for. That's what I'm saying, Moon Dust Angel. Did he think so because she was drunk, her moral compass might be skewed, her walls may be down, her boundaries may not be enforced? Maybe she's Katy Perry's friend. I kissed a girl and I liked it. I would have slapped the ish out of her if she realized that I didn't want her to do that. I would have too. But then, would it be considered assault or battery? Or but then she assaulted you first because it's unwanted touch. This is why the single life is the most peaceful life for me. Now overreacting, but it's disturbing. Samantha, y'all always comes and says with these, this is why the single life is the safest route. Samantha always comes and tells us, hey, sometimes single is the way to be, and sometimes it is. Marriage ain't for everybody, relationships ain't for everybody, and make sure that two consenting adults are part of whatever relationship structure y'all have. Make sure you're both on the same page. And clearly he's not. This is potentially deeper than we think. He basically set her up for an essay. This is diabolical. Yes, he did. We don't know what's in the alcohol, or the alcohol we said is to loosen her up. We don't know. Again, Trey Mac, this is the one that is similar to what is going on in the court case. We don't know. So that's why we say, run, lady, run. I know personally that if I'm drunk, I don't always know what I'm doing, which is why I rarely drink, and I'll be afraid of someone like this taking advantage of me in the weekend state. Yes, that's why, I go out with my friends. I have maybe one drink or two. That's it. I don't indulge because I don't want to be without all my faculties. Trimac, you're so right. This is very scary. And Samantha says, thank you. Y'all, please put in the comments, I wouldn't have anything to do with him or his neighbor, and be done with it. Because he clearly is looking for something more, and he's willing to do underhanded stuff to get you to perform the way he wants you to perform. So again, run. Don't look back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go. Just leave altogether. You need to block him and stay as far away from him as possible, because you don't know what else may happen. Because my concern is what may be in the liquor or what may be in the food. And then we realize the next day that there are blank spaces in our memory. And that's nothing we want for anybody in our lives. So definitely run. So y'all, what is your unsolicited advice for her? Please put it in the comment section below. I appreciate all of you who have been here for me on this holiday weekend. I know some of you are planning to go on barbecues. There are graduation parties going on this weekend in the US side. And so, so glad y'all are here. You could just rewind Unfiltered Doll. We were talking about a serious case this past time. We told her to run. Is it possible he could have lied to the other girl and told her that the girlfriend was okay with it and she really knew nothing about it at all? We don't know. He could have set it up. He really could have set it up. But I'm not sticking around to ask. I'm not, because she could lie. Oh, I'm late. Hi, bye. We just finished a spicy one. We really just finished a spicy one. And I came up with, I believe it was 8 today, which is the longest we have ever spent on unsolicited advice. Yes, we had a wonderful time. As always, please replay if you're coming in late, or if you haven't been able to join us live. Again, this Tuesday, I usually go live, but I don't know, because the show I cover, Somebody's Son, is not on. But if I am, you'll certainly see the notice. Make sure you're subscribed. I always post. I always, put up my upcoming live, so you get notifications, certainly. So please hit that like, hit the subscribe, and certainly share. I'm about to put up the post for Unscripted, so you can give me the topics you want to talk about on Friday, and then we go unscripted from there. So thank you all again for being here, and I wish you a wonderful holiday weekend. And if you are working this weekend, please make sure they give you that holiday pay. Okay? I will see you on the next one.